Hey Grizzlies fans, welcome back to another edition of the Grizzlies Coaches Show. I'm Josh Bartosik, joined once again by assistant coach Brandon, aka Bub Ratzloff. Bub, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Josh?
Doing good. Early morning, but it is what it is.
morning.
Just had an extra cup of coffee. No problem. So we'll go back to last night. Alexandria, tough loss, but the first period woes seem to continue for this team down in this early part of the season. How do you address that going into this weekend?
Yeah, I think something we pride ourselves in is preparation, and last night our preparation wasn't there. The saying, failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Our off-ice warm-up just wasn't there, and our on-ice warm-up, we were kind of sleepwalking through it, and it really does make a big difference. And a word we've been preaching the last couple weeks is efficacy, which is doing your job with the intention of doing it right and 100% there. So it just wasn't there last night, and you saw it in the first period. We came out flat. You got to tip your cap to Alexandria. They came in ready to go. They were tough to play against. They were a very fast team, and we seemed panicked, and that's what happens when you're not prepared that first period. But that being said, I think we responded well in the second period, and the third period, kind of 50-50. We were lacking in some deep details, but you could tell our guys were pretty wore down by the end of the third there, and again, credit to Alexandria. They played a heck of a game.
Do you think part of that might have been, that long stretch of no games and then a weird kind of midweek game for the first time in the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really does impact the mental side of things as a player,
right,
and losing that rhythm and that groove of, being in a real game. But that being said, no excuse. We've got to be ready to go.
Yeah, kind of going back to last night and then the weekend prior, the penalty kill has been struggling as of late. 3 goals on the power play for Alexandria last night, and then 3 goals out of the 6 for Peoria were also on the man advantage. So what do you think needs to change specifically on that unit?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we want to see more sacrifice out of our killers, and things like getting in the shot lane, making sure that we are eating pucks as opposed to letting pucks go through, flamingoing. I think we need to do a better job of taking away the middle of the ice. Our sticks aren't active enough, and those are little details that make a big difference. Another thing is our net front battles. We've got to do a better job of boxing guys out, making sure our goalie's eyes aren't taken away.
Right.
I think 3 of those 6 goals on the power play were because our goalie was screened and it was a shot from the outside. But again, it's a little detail that goes a long way in the big picture. So we got to be better on details.
A chance to kind of correct that this week against a very tough West Bend power
Yep.
team. What makes them such a difficult opponent to play against?
Yeah, West Bend, they're always a great team. They're well coached, and their biggest asset is they play with speed. They play with pace. A lot like Alexandria, they like to go north quick. They transition and move the puck well, and we need to make sure we do a good job of reloading back to the middle and eliminating odd man rushes. I think last night we weren't very good at recognizing the rushes on the defensive side. We could have taken a step and eliminated a play right away. Instead, we kind of just backed up, and our back checking wasn't optimal. I think we've got more to give there. So a fast team like West Bend, we've got to be ready to play 200 feet and do it with efficacy.
Kind of talking about this West Bend team, lost in the Fraser Cup final last year, and this is a team that, Rochester had the slight edge in the regular season. They won 1 more game than West Bend did in that 8-game series, but West Bend got the final laugh in the postseason, eliminating the Grizzlies. So there's sort of a chip on the shoulder going into this week and kind of a revenge mindset, so to speak.
Yeah, and obviously we need to approach it like every other game. It's a great team in West Bend, but also that thought that they ended our season last year, it definitely creates a chip on the shoulder. So we need to do our best and be ready to go from puck drop until that final horn, because it's going to take a full 60 minutes against this team and every team in this division, which is why I think the Central Division is a great division for us for development and getting our guys to their full potential. So
Should be a fun one. It's been a fun season so far, but we'll see what happens this weekend. We'll be right back after a word from our team chiropractor, Thrive Wellness.
Your body is designed to function at its best, but daily stress, poor posture, and even minor injuries can disrupt your health. At Thrive Wellness, we focus on restoring balance and alignment so you can live pain-free and perform at your peak. Chiropractic care is a natural, effective approach to improving mobility, reducing discomfort, and enhancing overall wellness. Don't wait for pain to hold you back. Call 507-258-4100 or visit thrivewellness.com today to schedule your consultation. Experience the benefits of a properly aligned body because optimal health starts with a healthy spine.
And we are back onto the fun stuff. It was a pretty exciting road trip, so to speak, yesterday. I mean, got to find a way to pass the time with those 3 hours. What was your favorite part of the trip yesterday?
I think my favorite part is definitely the Clearwater stop. They're very well known for their donuts and bakery section. Huge donut, probably about the size of my head. And it was big. Was only able to get through half of it before the game.
Really? Normally you're a big, you try and get it done before the game, I thought.
Yeah, and it wasn't happening last night for whatever reason, but that's always my favorite part. Great donuts. It's my little guilty pleasure, you could say.
It was, I mean, for those that don't, it was probably like this big. Yeah. I ate mine after the game. Jacob was making fun of me because I got a strawberry frosted one, which actually was delicious. So I don't know what's wrong with him. But it's definitely a fun little treat after the game. Didn't really help me sleep last night, which is part of why I needed to get the extra cup of coffee this morning.
The sugar.
We'll move on to the NHL. Obviously, you're a big Blackhawks guy. I'm a big Hurricanes guy. But it's been about a weekend. Which teams have impressed you or also disappointed you at the same time?
You know, I have to say it. The Wild look really good. Speaking about special teams, I think they already have 10 power play goals to start the year, and last year I saw a stat they had 42 the whole year. So
on a great pace.
That's pretty impressive. They're on a great pace to demolish that record. But got to go to my Blackhawks.
They've looked good.
They've looked great, especially with a young, inexperienced group. They're stepping up big time, and they're fun to watch again. So
yeah, they really have been.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed watching them. Frankie Nazar has been fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So far, Bedard. Well, you would know, you have him on your fantasy team. And speaking of fantasy, we started about half the team. We started a fantasy league just strictly for bragging rights, obviously.
Yeah.
But how confident are you in your team? Obviously, you have Connor Bedard, so you have to be a little bit confident. And then who do you think is going to win it all? Jacob's already talking a lot of trash.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. I'm rooting against Jacob. Just way too arrogant right now. We're 3 days in and he's already bragging about his
55 points day one.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident in my team. I've got a good mix of some skill, and then the other half is probably points where I'm getting off of grit and grease with block shots and hits. So you gotta have a good combo, and I have that. My goaltending, I'm not too confident in. I've got a backup as one of my goalies, so
yeah,
it is what it is. Maybe I'll hit the trade wire here with somebody and see what they got.
You could. Jacob's already trying to get Kaprizov off my hands. It's not really happening anytime soon.
That's a tough ask.
It's a tough ask. I mean, one of my Aiden Hill's already hurt for me, so we'll see. But I'm beating Easton by like 55 points right now.
Oh, back to the 55 points.
It's always
here
the 55 points. And speaking of things that we love bringing up again, that shootout competition that we talk about with you, Marty, and Bob. Marty finally got his rebuttal last week. Had some pretty choice words for the two of you. Now, every couple of times a week we do a skills sort of camp at like 2 o'clock or 3-ish. Which one of these weeks are you guys going to actually put your money where your mouths are?
I think we all have to come together and set a time and a day because, we're all busy. Bob's got his job at Graham, and, Marty commuting from Winona. He's, not always going to be there, but we're going to get it done soon. Because I do want to see the result.
And I think everyone wants to see the result.
I'm still confident in myself. So, it's got to get done soon.
Confidence is half the battle, they say.
It is.
I think that's what they say, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to watch it. I'll live stream it for those back home so they can actually finally figure out who really is the best shootout guy out of the coaching staff. But should be a fun competition when that happens. Going to be some fun competition this weekend when the Grizzlies take on West Bend. You can get tickets online for those games this Friday and Saturday, still available at tickets.rochestergrizz.com. And as always, let's go Grizz.
Thanks, Grizz Nation.